Yes, yes. We live, yo. Weekly check-in. Peace to everybody. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. You know, it's stolen from Africa. Every Monday. Yeah.
Good.
Peace, peace. How you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good, fam. What about yourself?
Yo, can't complain, man. Sun is shining. You know, I had a pretty restful weekend. You know what I mean? So, feeling good, man. Feeling good.
You know what I'm saying? Trust me, fam. It's beautiful. That's how I got woken up. The sun was shining through my window.
Yeah, I love that, man. Love that, man.
Yes, sir. You had a good weekend?
Yeah, man. Just, you know, chilling out with the fams. You know, just taking it easy and just enjoying like the new comings of this weather.
For sure, fam.
You know what I mean? So when
a whole different energy.
It is. You know what I mean? So I spent a lot of time outside, went for some walks and, you know what I mean, through some like ravines and parks and stuff like that. So
yeah
man.
That's tough, fam. That's what's up.
Trust you, man. Trust you, man. Yes, peace to everyone who's joining us. Appreciate y'all being here.
You already know.
As you know, we got like a special guest coming through.
Yeah, man. We got a legend coming through, man.
And they don't even know yet, man. They don't even know.
The brother is so young, but he's a legend, man. He's been doing dirt, you know.
Yo, it's crazy. Like I remember meeting him when he was like 15.
Word.
You know? And he was already doing like big collabos. He was already going out to like Atlanta and you know doing songs with like Big Sean and B.O.B. I'm just like, yo,
snapping.
Crazy, man. So like he's been on fire from time, yo.
Yes, sir.
Been on fire from time, man. So it's just great to see someone like him, like, you know, who's into music, but also is really big on community.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Real
That's
talk.
exactly what it is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, peace, Don.
Yeah.
You saying, King?
Come on, I'm in the place, yo. Glad to be here.
Start the week off right. You already know.
You know.
Got all the peoples on here, yo. Shout out the people that's on the call. You know, I see the young kings. You know what I'm saying? The young queens from the neighborhood. You know, shout out to my homie Money. You know.
Shout out Bleaks, yo. Shout out Bleaks.
Rose Ave, Bleaks, all day, every day.
Yeah, big up everybody on the joint.
There you go. How you feeling this morning, fam?
Oh, lovely. I can't complain, you know. Had a good long weekend. Almost done that course, so everything up and up, you know.
Okay, salute.
Yeah. Got a couple projects got the music project coming later this month, you know. So
right.
I'm in a good space right now.
Yo, looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Could we get a title?
You know, for the exclusives, because I rock with y'all, yo. Everybody, two-tone coming soon, dog. Two-tone.
Okay.
Two sides, two-tone, you know?
There you go.
Yep.
Everybody look out for two-tone from Don.
I like that, man. It's like duality, man. That's like the first thing that comes to mind when I hear that, like two-tone, like duality. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's a 20 vision product, you know, so it's cool to have something come from my side, you know, so looking forward to it. And yeah, it speaks to what Wagwan, like sometimes it's hard to present yourself and just give it like one side of yourself. So it's just to make you think, yo, there's two sides of everything. And we just wanted to show you the two different complexions of our team.
Bars.
Okay, there we go, man. Multi-dimensional, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying, man. Everybody look out for that, guys.
Yeah, man. Coming real soon.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with y'all?
Yo, just
sun shining.
Honestly, like, yo, I just feel so motivated, man. There's something about like when the weather gets warm in Toronto, you know what I mean? Like the city just comes alive, yo. So like, I think that's what I'm anticipating, and just the fact of us being on lockdown and all these different restrictions, like when it's warmer, there's a little bit more freedom and like mobility and whatnot, you know. So yeah, that's what we're looking forward to.
That's
what's up. Different energy, you know. It's a real different
energy, man. Different energy.
It's like the start of a new cycle. There's Fresco. He just hopped in the car right now.
Yup.
Yeah, fam, my weekend was super blessed, you know. It flew by. It went by pretty quick.
Yeah.
It went by pretty quick.
It'd be like that, yo. It'd be like that, especially like these days. It feels like everything's whipping. Like we're already a quarter through the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
So
correct. We're already 4 months in.
When you put it in like that,
yep.
Right?
Time's ticking.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, I feel like time goes by when you're enjoying yourself and you're applied.
Yeah.
You're applied and you're connected to things that, like, you know, give you life, bro. You know, give you positive energy and things like that. Your days will just fly.
Yeah. And they talk a lot about, you know, like when you're in that mode, that's called flow state. You know what I mean? When you get to that space where you're just zoned in and you're not pre-ing the time, you're not interested in anything, no distractions. It's just things are going. You're in that flow mode. So I think that's the ideal that all of us are trying to get into with this creative process, you know?
Yes, sir.
That way.
Yo, like that actually connects perfect with like today's topic, which is self-expression. You know, because I think all part of being about that flow is exactly that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Big up everybody on the call.
Hey, you don't know. Shout out to everybody.
We can even get started with some check-ins, man. Maybe some of our, you know, our viewers here want to check in. If you want to let us know how you're feeling, you know, on the scale from 1 to 10, like 1 being not so great, 10 being amazing, let us know in the comments. You know, just drop a number or whatever. Let us know. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole purpose of this. We want to create like a virtual space where we can just, you know, check in with each other, send out some positive vibes, get motivated. You know, it's Monday. We want to start the week off right and just get it right. And it all starts with the mindset, you know? So
straight up. With that being said, how you be feeling while people start checking in on the chat? How you feel?
I'm feeling, I'm a 10, yo, straight up. I'm a 10.
Okay, big 10.
Yo. Yeah, like I said, like I'm just motivated for like the warmer weather because like it just inspires like so much ideas and just momentum, and you know, like we're talking about flow and all these different things. So like I'm looking forward to being in that type of space, you know, and especially just being so restricted. It's like, yo, I need to like get out. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm feeling great, man. Like, you know, the weekend was pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? Like spend time with family and spend some time outdoors. And now it's like, yo, like we're here with our check-in, you know what I mean? Like this has become like a great way of like, you know, connecting and just like creating space, you know what I'm saying? Like for us to like, you know, support each other in just different ways. So
100.
That's blessed, fam.
100.
Don, what about you?
I'm like, I'd say like I'm a 7-8-ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
7-8-ish. Everything is
that.
Hey.
Peace to the gods.
Peace. But yeah, yo, everything's love on my side, you know. Just like I said, I'm kind of in my flow state right now. I'm just building, just working. So I'm just trying to like tune out distractions and just get my shit done, you know. Like the feeling of accomplishment is so like, you know, yo, that'll charge you into whatever next you're trying to build. So, you know, I'm just trying to get my projects done, music project done, get my school project done, you know, get these community projects done, and, you know, just ride off that energy.
There you go.
Love it, man. And I love how all three of those, you know, intersect with each other, you know, and that also connects with your self-expression. So that's proper.
100.
We got some check-ins on the chat. You know, people be saying, hold on. Murphy Marvin said 2 to 3, witnessing too much negativity lately. Got to switch it up. Word, fam. Well, you know, today we're gonna be talking about self-expression. So, you know, hopefully we can like touch on like how we can turn that negative energy into a positive energy. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mr. 5 More said 10.
Jeez, big up.
Yeah.
Jim Davis, 9 feeling blessed. You don't know. Yeah, for me myself, I'm about like a 9.5. You know?
Okay.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Close.
You know what I'm saying? I would say a 10, but it's still the top of the morning, and I know there's so much more to come for the day, right?
Right.
So if I'm feeling blessed from now, like, yeah, I'm a 10, but I'm a 9.5 because I'm going to leave that little space for my day to get better, you know?
Okay.
I got some things on my mind, you know, want to get creative today, so that's the goal. And it's beautiful outside, so the sun's giving me energy, you know what I mean?
What's up, man? Get inspired.
And you know, I got one of the homies, you know what I'm saying, a mentor, a big bro, Raz Fresco in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Peace.
So shout out to Brody. Yo, how you feeling, Raz?
Man, to be honest, y'all, like a 0, man.
Word.
Nah, I'm playing. I see Logic's face. Logic was like, nah, I know this guy's playing. This guy.
I said a 0.
Man, we're about to go in, you know? Yo,
Right?
we about to come in, dog. SOS.
Nah, I'm
A
playing.
0's like a SOS, fam.
Nah, chill. You know, laughter is medicine for the soul. You know, but
That's right.
you know, I'm good, man. You know, like to be honest, if I was really think about it, it's funny too, because when I peeped you said that Logic, it brought me back to like last time I heard some shit like that. It was like probation and shit. Where they had this class, and every time you came into the class, they'd do this, like, you know, how do you feel, whatever. And I remember at first it was like, what the hell, man, you know, almost invasive, whatever. But after a while, it was like, yo, this is kind of cool. Like, man, it was like a refreshing thing to just, you know, because at the end of the day, we know we all want to be understood, so it feels good to, like, you know, let people know how you feel and feel that connection or whatever. But like, as far as that, like, kind of like what Marley said, you know, like he said like a 9.5, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, you know, I'm good, I'm great in my life, I feel good, but at the end of the day too, there's that little room for things to, you know, as far as like what things that I got going on, I'm trying to be more accountable for everything I got going on, so I know I could even, like you said, get the day started. I'm trying to be more productive than I was yesterday and get more things done. I have a list of tasks and things, so, you know, I'm gonna get a good feeling after these things is done. But going into them, I'm feeling good, you know, because there's a lot of good things going on, man. You know, like,
there you go.
Yeah, man. You know, working on a lot of stuff. Someone said Ireland is popping. Hey, man, shout out to Ireland too, man. It's popping over there right now, apparently.
There you go.
Word.
So, for all y'all people that are joining in with us, you know, we just started up with a check-in, you know, just so we get a vibe, get a temperature check of how everybody's feeling, you know. So if you could just let us know, just drop a 1 to 10 somewhere there in the chat so we know what's up. You know, 10 being like, yo, I'm blessed, everything's up, you know, I don't have much to complain about. 1 being like, yo, shit's been better, you know.
Word.
Exactly. Yeah, we want to make this interactive, you know, inclusive. Everybody's part of the conversation. If there was a way to add more people to the chat, we would. But this is a way that we can keep things rolling, man. So definitely join in. Let us know how you're feeling.
There you go.
That way. Why don't we go through? I think I seen a couple of them jump up. Actually.
Yeah.
Let's go up.
Yo, we gotta come up with a name for our comment section. You know what I'm saying? And the people that check in for us. You know.
For sure.
Yo, anybody has any suggestions, man? What we gotta, you know, like name? Please let us know.
For sure.
Any ideas, man?
Some of y'all been here for the last couple of weeks now. We've been doing this for about a month now. You guys are family now, so you might as well just get involved.
Come
you know what I mean?
Come back, yeah.
Man.
Tegan Davis said, yo, he's 9, feeling blessed for real. Love, fam. That's one of my brodies. Glad you're here, broski. I think Murphy Marvin was saying 100 in response to his comment before. Derek Owen says peace king. Murphy Marvin says bless Marley. Gene I Coco throwed up some goats. You know, when I look in this chat, all I see is goats. Rhymes also said a solid 8, feeling blessed with less stress, looking to get 1% better than yesterday. Yo, when Raz was saying, yo, I just want to get better than yesterday, that's all I was thinking. Like, yo, if you could do 1% better than the day before, then you're building a beautiful momentum tree, you know? So, yo, encouragement to everybody, yo, just get 1% better. Big up Ireland, yo. I guess Late Night Kings is from Ireland, you know?
Peace.
That's dope. That's dope. Yo, we going international. You a good fam going international. Move over, Maury. There's a new morning show.
Wait.
Raz, Late Night said, Raz, big up yourself. Ireland got love for you. Lean on My Jeans says, Young Boy Problem by Pablo. Heavy link up. Heavy,
my bad.
Come on.
That's all good, bro.
Class of 0428 says 8.5. Seth Thorne says 5. Yo, I love the engagement, guys. Big up everybody that's in the chat.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, salute, everybody.
David A. Plowman says he's an 8. Wavy Sight says he's an 8. Lean on My Jeans love. Gene Al Coco, 8. Yusuf 10 out of 10. Grrr, big shot.
Yo, when you're doing this, yo, man, I was just thinking about this because I was watching a video with the Jamaican DJ, you know, and he's just like, you know, just reeling back a record. And it's like, yo, it'd be ill if you had the effect, if you could somehow get the effect on your voice where your
the air
echoes
horn
and all of that, you know, while you're going through your names right now.
Right.
Get your drops. Oops, that'd be crazy. Oh man, the Wi-Fi trying to really sabotage today, Fresco.
Yo, fam, anytime we're about to drop some serious science, man, some serious knowledge, there's always interference.
Yo,
No,
I'm trying to do this live.
That's how I know.
It's not even loading right.
We can hear you,
man.
We can hear you.
Yo, that's how I know, man. He got some serious gems for us today.
Course.
Yo, y'all, everyone hang tight, man. We're gonna get through this, man. We're gonna get through this.
For sure. We here for y'all. So, you know, we part-time facilitators, part-time technicians, part-time. Yo,
come on.
Bell might have to hire us soon, dog.
Make it happen, yo. Make it happen.
I'm gonna just keep going through the comments, yo.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, Yusuf G37 said 10 out of 10. Lisa Carlucci, big up Lisa Carlucci, big boss babe.
Yo, what up, Lisa?
She says she's a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the yellow. You already know. I felt sunny today. Yeah, I think that's it for the comments, yo. Yeah, like I was saying, yo, big up everybody that's here. I appreciate you guys, you know.
Real
You
talk.
kind of make sure everybody's set right, you know. One thing that I've noticed is that there's a real need for community, not community in the sense where it's like, yo, dog, I need a program to attend, but community in the sense where like I need kinship or I need friendship or fellowship or like relationship. And that's something that I've been noticing with everybody that I've been encountering lately. And you know, I really appreciate this space because we're able to do that. So again, everybody that's in the comments, that's participating, everybody that hops onto our live.
Okay, I'm back. Back. There we go.
Oh,
okay. Oh, yeah. Yo, was my shit frozen the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were tweaking,
okay.
You're kicking that knowledge.
Like I was in prison or something. I'm like, yo, like, I'm hearing you guys. I can't see myself. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I don't know if I'm going to have to switch my device right now or something. I was trying to go from my Wi-Fi to my data. Holy.
Man, I'm telling you. Yo, man, with all these interruptions, man, I know that Raz has some gems for us, man. You know what I mean? So.
Right? I think we might just have to let Brody take the floor, yo, while his internet's good.
You know, real talk, man.
Sometimes that's what the Wi-Fi be doing, man, and especially Instagram, it be bugging out. But once it's done bugging, it can be clear, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, right? Patience. Oh, man. Come on. Let's make this happen. Can you at least hear us?
Might have to refresh it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we might have to.
All right. Okay, we're gonna try this. Let him refresh, come back.
For sure.
You know, but in the meantime, so I guess we can just introduce today's topic, which is self-expression. You know, like what does self-expression mean to y'all? Like, you know, do you feel free to be self-expressed? You know, like how does your self-expression show up?
Understood.
You know what I mean? Does your self-expression, or better yet, how does your self-expression impact you and the people around you? These are just some questions I'm just throwing out. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody want to add on in the chats? Let us know.
I was gonna say, okay, so Raz is switching phones, so he'll be back just now. That's what he said.
Okay.
And yo, as for self-expression, yeah, real talk. Like everybody who's watching this, like, you know, think about, like, you know, in what ways you express yourself, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be a creative way, an emotional way, a subconscious way, you know? Almost everything we do is a form of expression, you know? Because it's coming from thoughts and emotions that we feel inside and we manifest into the real life, you know? So, you know, everybody think about, like, you know, in which ways do you express yourself? And does that play a big role in, like Logic said, in your life and other people's lives, et cetera, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the comments right now.
Yeah.
We got some responses. Mr. Five More says in the gym, crushing weights and protein shakes. Yup.
Shout out to Mr. Five More, man. You know, that's the homie that came through to the program the other day.
Okay,
Okay,
the
okay,
pastor.
okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Big up, salute, yo. Big salute. Tegan Davis says self-expression started with fashion for me, for real. Yeah,
Understood.
Murphy Marvin just jumped on, said self-expression and the ability to do so is critical. You need to feel safe and free enough to self-express. Yeesh.
Yo, that's one of the most important things, man, to feel safe. Because if you don't feel safe, you can't be fully self-expressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's wild, but I appreciate that one. That was real deep.
Yeah.
I think we got Raz back. Let me see if I can add him on.
Proper. Murphy also said, for me, self-expression usually manifests itself in conversation. Well said.
Okay. And then we had another
comment. I had to switch my device. My bad.
No worries.
You good?
No, but I think I'm good now. Again, apologies.
Yeah, you look a lot more clean now.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're just going through the comments real quick. So this last one says, Bird Boy says, my self-expression allows me to reach the energies of other beings near me. Okay. Peace, man.
Well said.
I want to touch on something before you guys move forward, and
please do.
Because I was waiting for it to come on the live while you was just talking about that, and for the comment that said you got to feel safe. You know, it's all about critical thinking. So sometimes when we really analyze everything that we say, even see, we can get a deeper jewel out of it. So it's like when he said, yo, you need to feel safe to express yourself, right? I understand exactly where he's coming from, but let's even analyze psychologically where that type of mind frame will be coming from. Because let me pose a question to you. Do you got to feel safe to breathe? I mean, obviously we got to feel safe to be alive, but like, do you got to feel safe to breathe, or is that something that you naturally do?
A natural form.
Indeed.
You just got to do that regardless, right? And it's because that's something that's life. We live in, so we just do it. There's no thinking about it. It's just doing it. So unless it's like a messed up neighborhood or whatever, someone just got shot around the corner or whatever, like, you know, to walk to the kitchen, to get up and walk, that's a form of self-expression. And there's no type of secondary, you're not thinking like, damn, I don't feel safe to go walk to my kitchen. You're expressing your energy,
right?
And there's no even thought of safeness. So at what point in the process of self-expression does fear come into the equation? Because when we live and we're living, we are expressing ourselves, and we shouldn't be afraid to live, right?
Facts.
So if we are dealing with a certain level of fear within our own self-expression, that means we're afraid to be alive. Now, organisms like humans and any animal, we love life. Life seeks to keep itself going. That's the whole point of even procreation, our adrenaline, our flight, and our fight or flight, and all this. It's trying to keep ourselves alive, right? So it's like fear comes from the thought of a threat. That's when you only in the wild. That's the only time you should have any types of fear, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's like, you know what I mean. You're perceiving a future outcome that's going to be negative on the self, which brings up anxiety. But it's like, why is there a negative outcome with you expressing yourself? You shouldn't be, unless you're expressing yourself in a negative way, there should be no fear to express yourself. So what I wanted to touch on that is because that is a deep problem. Not to say that's a problem, but the psychology behind that reveals that in society we have people who are afraid to be themselves.
And I think
so it's almost like to add on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, no, we can even add that in the chats, man. Like, do people like feel safe, you know, to express themselves? Because that is a very good question. And where does this fear, this mindset even come from? Raz, as you're talking, the first thing that came to mind was like the school system. You know what I mean? A lot of us go through this whole process, and it's designed to like break us down, like our independence, everything about it. So some of us like have like traumatic experiences within school, not even realizing that they're traumatic experiences, and how all this filters into like our self-expression and the way how we express ourselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's just one lane. You know what I mean? Like, never mind like the justice system and so on and so forth, and what it does to like self-esteem. You know what I mean? But there is ways to like rise up out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess like maybe you can add on to that perspective.
Again, it's like, you know, if someone has their foot on my neck,
yeah,
and I'm trying to get up, and I'm thinking like maybe I just got to move my foot away or whatever, I'm never gonna get up because I'm not attacking the source of the problem. I'm just doing something else. So it's like, but even to rise up out of the fear, you have to identify it. That, you know what I mean? To cure an illness, you have to identify the illness and then seek to reverse the process. You know what I mean? It's like if you're sick in your body, you have to identify, okay, like it's because you're lacking irons. Now you reverse that lacking by giving yourself what you need. So if in dealing with the whole thing of fear and self-expression, you have to remove that fear from yourself. But first you have to identify that fear. Where's that fear coming from? Like I said, when you're dealing with fear, you're dealing with a negative perception of something negative that didn't even happen yet, because fear is like a future thing. You know, you can't even be afraid of the past. It already happened. You might be afraid of how the past is going to affect your future. Negative thinking about the past is where we get into regret. But we're thinking about the future now. We're talking about fear.
100.
So
notice,
what is the negative occurrence in the future that people are thinking is going to happen that's causing them now to be like, you know what, I don't want to express myself like that, right? And when you think about it, let's break it down. What could stop somebody from wanting to do that? When you look in reality, it's like, okay, one of the major things is a fear of being judged.
Social acceptance.
A fear of being judged. That's one of the main things. Because we live in a social media era where, hold on, I'm on the live. I'm on the live. FaceTime? Nah, because it's the Instagram. No, it's like FaceTime, but it's on Instagram. Here, use my phone. I know, here.
Is it charged?
Yeah.
I love that multitask.
Yeah. So, my bad. That knocked me out my train of thought. Where was I?
You were talking about fear, you know, about how that manifests.
Okay, yeah. So identifying it. So I was just going along the train of thought to identify this. You know what I mean? So again, it's like being judged. That's one of those things, you know. And then again, to be in the social media era, and everybody just has a certain type of like maybe putting a farce in front of you. You know what I mean? And all of this. So it's like everybody's like, man, my I'm not popping like that. I'm not. You know what I mean? And people start to judge to be able to express themselves. You know, it's like, oh man, I'm trying to get the likes and whatever, this and the third. So that's one aspect of it. People are being judged, especially with a lot of youth. That's where you have the depression and things like that coming.
So before we continue, I just want to give some time to like the chats. I know there's like a bunch of comments, so we definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, give love to them. But then afterwards, Raz, I want you to build on supreme mathematics. You know what I'm saying? Like to really touch on it and really how this could actually be like a tool to kind of like guide the path of like self-expression.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna bring it 300.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
Oh, good.
So as for the chat, we got Tree and Leaf Yoga said, "You gentlemen are deep. Enjoy this important conversation."
Peace.
Yo, respect Tree and Leaf Yoga. The Jarvis School Council. You know what I'm saying? That's a bunch of young people from the Jarvis School community. I actually spoke at a conference there not too long ago. And so that's that same account right there. So big up to them, you know. Jean L. Coco said, "Thanks for sharing, y'all. Wisdom words." Murphy agreed to what you were saying, Raz. Facts, you know. Jarvis said, "YBP spoke about school at our conference was really eye-opening." Word. And just to a little elaborate on that, I think that was about like, you know, just me going to school, you know, down the road at a Catholic school, and now like I felt like I look at the teachers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like none of the teachers like look like me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like, could I be a teacher? You know what I'm saying? I knew that the black kids were being treated different from everybody else, you know what I'm saying? And that sort of thought process or that conditioning came from like, you know, the school setting, right? And how they treated next people. So it's crazy. Murphy said facts. Fear of being judged, being ostracized. Ostracized. Understood. Live TV. Comparing each other's life is a big point to, especially these days, because of social media. So the best thing is to stay in your own line. That's what Gene L. Coco said.
Peace.
That's what's up.
You know, I saw like a post earlier that was giving a shout out from Germany, man. So there's some like international love coming through, man. So it's a big up to everyone.
Okay.
We on the internet, man. Everybody's, you know, that's how it is nowadays. I want to just, before I even lost my thought, I want to just keep going and adding on.
Please
and it's like, okay, dealing with the whole self-expression thing or whatever, right?
Sure.
It's like, yo, B, you know, aside from the whole being judged and all of that or whatever, it's like there's so many layers to it. So I'm gonna just try to peel back the layers and just get right to the root of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything goes back down to the knowledge. You know what I mean?
There we go.
So again, boom. Now some people be thinking about being judged and things of that nature, whatever. Cool. We understood that. We broke that down already. Let's move on to the next point. And the next point is this. It's like, again, self-expression. Before you can even really truly even deal with a certain level of self-expression and be in tune with yourself, right? You have to deal with a certain level of peace, right? And that's why they say cooler heads prevail, because it's like that's why they say don't even go through an argument if you're not emotionally stable or whatever. You might say something that you didn't mean, which means you have to be even emotionally balanced to be able to you know what I mean?
Process that correctly.
And properly be in control of yourself to properly express yourself. That's why people who is emotionally unstable at times, they might say something to you and then turn around and be like, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to say that, or I didn't mean to do that. You know what I mean? So if people are saying I didn't mean to do that, I didn't mean to do this, but they did it, that just means that they expressed themselves wrong way because they wasn't in control of expressing themselves or whatever, right? So again, that's even one of the first fundamental points. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be coming from a place of emotional balance and peace. So to be able to truly express yourself, right? And because people are even dealing with the fact of self-expression, but not coming from a point of peace, it's like an artificial type of self-expression. You can get caught up into, like, if I see like, okay, everybody's doing this, and I'm gonna do that, but I don't reach a level of self-fulfillment. So I'm gonna come to a certain point in my life where it's like, you know what, I don't feel like I've been expressing myself, even though I've been doing things and partaking in things or whatever, you know. So that's another aspect of it too, because it's like, what I'm getting at is you have to know yourself to even be able to express self, because you have people that are living certain lifestyles and doing certain things or whatever, and there's no sense of fulfillment or whatever. But it's not to say that they're not expressing energy, but what they're expressing isn't necessarily coming truthfully from within. That's when you have people who could be like, yeah, I used to hang out with these people, and, you know, I used to do like that, but that really wasn't me though. You know, I had to fall back, and that's a phenomenon that happens. That's a social phenomenon where people can be within a group and taking on the characteristics of this, that, and the third of the people within the group based on them being there. And then at a certain point, they realize that that's not them because they don't get fulfillment out of the situation. They have to come back into themselves and deal with higher levels of self-expression, expressing their energy in their own way, right? So,
well said.
Again, these are all phenomenons that happen with people dealing with self-expression. And what you're all trying to get back to the root of is you doing the knowledge to yourself, right? Because once you start to more so deal with what's coming from within, and you have an understanding of certain things, like, you know, emotional stability, a little bit of a stronger foundation, you know what I mean? Even you start to educate yourself and can even speak and articulate your thoughts better, you'll be able to greatly express yourself better. You see what I'm saying? You'll be able to express your energy better, you know what I mean? So again, everything is dealing with knowledge, you know what I mean? The foundation, you know, you have to have a concrete and solid foundation and understanding of your own self to be able to properly express yourself, because we are using the body and the brain and our five senses or whatever, and all of this as tools. You see what I'm saying? But it's like you might not use the tool wisely. That's why, like I said earlier, where it's like people can say things and be like, I didn't mean to say that, or I didn't mean to do that, but it's like they did it. So it's like, how can you how could what like let's take a step back and be like, how could that happen? How could a human being, if they're in control of their voice and control of their stuff, you know what I mean, control of their hands and feet, like you mean smack you, oh my bad, I didn't mean to do that, but I did it.
Yeah.
How is it that I'm able to express my energy, but it's like I'm not in control of that?
Word. Yo,
I
Raz,
was thrown off. I was off center. I might even coming from an emotional, unstable emotional aspect that made me express my energy wrongly. You see what I'm saying? So again, like, these are the things that you have to understand what's going in your mind. You know what I mean?
For
That's
sure.
causing you. That's a whole next. There's so many aspects to peel back. So that's one aspect of it too. And then another aspect of it that I didn't want to go over and skip, but I wanted to touch on, is that you can't be afraid too. Like, you know, that fear is like, you know what I mean? Again, because once you know yourself, once you do start to get back into knowledge yourself or understanding yourself, again, some people got low self-esteem. I'm gonna just keep it like that. People have low self-esteem, you know what I mean? And it's not like for like, you know, just out of nowhere and shit. You see what I'm saying? People are constantly bombarded by and shoved the lifestyle in their face, you know, especially Western civilization. And you know what I mean? We over here in the West and shit. It's not like we're all pushing a humble. It's like, you know, the goal is to live humbly. Like the goal is to be bossed up, rich. Everybody wants to just have, like, you know, win the lottery, just have mad, you know what I mean, excess or whatever, you know what I mean? This is like the subconscious lifestyle that's pushing towards all of us and shit. You see what I'm saying? It's not like the average person you meet them and they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm just here chilling, whatever, and that's just whatever. They're gonna be like, man, honestly, if I could have it how I wanted, I want to be rich. I want to have this. I want to have that. So it's like that's the subconscious wanting and desire that's there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, my bad. What you say?
No, I was going to say before we continue, I just know that there's some comments in the chat, and if one of the brothers there want to take the lead on that. Yeah, and then like understand and breaking down like knowledge itself, you know, because I want to make sure that those who are listening, you know, I know they're intrigued, like people are, you know, jumping in and commenting. I want to make sure they understand that. So
okay, so symbolic one said, respect. This conversation is an inspiration. It's so important to build and express. This is who we are, yet this isn't what is often projected. So what you're doing is vital. Yo, symbolic one, that's mad love, bro. You already know. Thank you for tuning in.
Yo, sounds symbolic, man. Yeah, man, that's a big
symbolic one, you know. Your name speaks volumes, you know.
That's what's up.
There you go. Gina Coco said, nobody is you, and that is your power. Big Bizzle said 100. You already know. Bulo, one of the young bucks from the hood, he said, yo, Raz. You know, I think he follows you, man. He sees you, man. So shout out to him.
Okay, what's up? That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Murphy Marvis said factuals. And Colors of Mama says she's loving these chats. So shout out to you, Colors of Mama. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah. We're trying to change the narrative, you know what I'm saying? Like the way how I like to project us, you know, showing different sides and making it accessible as well. Because not everybody has access to these kinds of conversations, and that's literally the whole purpose of this. So this is our weekly Monday check-in, you know, every Monday at 11. But yes, Raz, continue, man. Cause I know we're on a time thing, so I want to make sure we get all the knowledge, yo.
Indeed. All right, so yo, check it out. This is where I was getting at too. Because again, the things that I spoke on and touched on, aspects that have to deal with, you know, the dynamics of expressing yourself. One, there's being judged. You know what I mean? Because of the era that we live in and everything. So, you know, in your face, whatever, there's that. Then there's the aspect of people dealing with a fear. And why is that fear even coming from? Because when you really break it down, it's an unnatural reaction.
Right.
I can understand how it happens, but it's not something that we're grown. Just come out the womb, like just fearing how people, like a baby just wants to do or whatever, you know, say certain things, ask certain questions, you know. At what point do we, you know what I mean, start being afraid to ask questions, afraid to ask ourselves something? Because it's like, and then like living it, and basically the point that I even broke down, it was a very vital point, is that living is expressing your energy. And it doesn't, you know, you don't feel afraid to go walk to your kitchen and do certain this or do certain things. So at what point of you doing things are you afraid, right? And then boom. before I go back to this, because self-esteem and all of this is gonna really tie everything back into how you reverse that, which is getting the knowledge of yourself, which changes the self-esteem or whatever. But before we get to that, it's like, again, I was just saying, the
expression of self, you know, and how it's so, oh shit, now I lost it too.
no, because again, I'm trying to
yeah.
like I was saying, living is expression. So it's like you can't. At what point do these things happen? And usually, again, sometimes that's why people sing in the shower, but they don't sing outside sometimes, you know, because when you're around yourself, there's no fear of judgment. So sometimes you just gonna do you. You know what I'm saying? That's why some people sing in the shower, do their own thing, whatever in their crib. They might be dancing about it, so they'll never do that in public, but they'll just do that. But then sometimes people who are very lively, they're the types that will just do that. Like, you know, they'll just be there. And then people sometimes like that. That's why people are attracted to that energy sometimes, you know, people who are, we call charismatic and or whatever, this and the third, because they're just so free with their expression. And you know what I mean? Subconsciously, some people are like, you know, that's dope. Like, I just like that about him, the fact that he can just be him and shit, because we all want to just be. So when you see somebody just existing and being, it's just like, yo, that's what's up. Like, you know, it's refreshing. You know what I mean? Especially in a world where everybody's trying to be something that's not other than themselves. You see what I'm saying? So again, that's the identifying factor right there, because you'll do certain things by yourself or whatever, but now it's outside judgment. Now, what about that outside judgment is there? Because it takes the village to raise the child ever. So it's like, why are we? And again, a lot of that ties back into the psychology a lot of us have just been born into and had to grow up in, which is the capitalist mentality and the individualistic ladder, climb the ladder, I'm on top, you're at the bottom type of mentality that forces us to look around and compare and want to, you know what I mean, be judged. It's like, I can't even come outside without this and the third, because this is the culture or whatever. But boom, things have not always been this way, because, you know, Canada's only so old, you know. Toronto, the city itself, is only so old. Black people, we've been on the planet for a long time, and we've been here for a long time and been able to create that which we call civilization, all these advanced social activities and farm this and the third. So it's like we've been doing the social thing and been doing all of this. So you know what I'm saying? And it takes a high level of self-expression to even get to this point. So with that being said, it's like now when you start to get back into your own original self now and get back into your original way of life instead of just buying into the way of life that we're born into, then that's when now you get a self-esteem boost. And when you get a self-esteem boost, that's when people start to express themselves or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the main things that stop people from expressing themselves. They got low self-esteem. They think like, yo, man, no one cares what I have to say. Or this, you know what I mean? My opinion doesn't matter. Or like, who am I? Or this and the third, boom, boom, boom. And a lot of that is because people don't understand the greatness within themselves.
Period.
You see what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you thought, like, you know, the greatest thing was yourself. Like, you know, you want to show people, hey, man, whatever. But a lot of people think that everything is outside. Anything outside is greater than within. Like, there's a funny meme where it's like, I seen a funny meme where it's like someone was asking a quote unquote spiritual, religious, whatever you want to call them person, like, they're like, yo, so it's like one of those funny memes, the person's looking and stuff. So they're like, so you mean to tell me God exists everywhere? And the person's like, yeah. And they're like, but not inside you. But what about inside you? And the person's like, because remember, a lot of people be thinking like, yo, you know what I mean? God is everywhere. There's a powerful force that's in control of everything, anywhere. But then it's like when you think about themselves, it's like there's an absence of that. There's no, like, you know what I mean? They gotta look somewhere else to connect with that powerful force that's really already within them. Now, if you lived your life with the understanding that the most powerful force is within you, that's kind of like the battery in your back to get up and more do something. You know, at least when you're feeling down, your thoughts that reflect back on yourself isn't going to be like, your mental foundation isn't, oh, I'm not good enough or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
So that's, That's what knowledge of self will do for you when you understand yourself. You understand that as man, you know, we're a supreme being. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not a more supreme. So we have to just go within the potential energy of ourselves to change our situations and just do us. And that's the key thing that people have to understand, because that's the main battery in your back. And if you don't have that understanding to some degree, like, because understanding is a clear mental picture. You know, you can have a picture. You don't have to have it crystal clear, but you got to have some type of semblance of that picture in your mind of yourself.
Right.
Because it's like, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror. You didn't look the way you look, like Logic. The way you look right now, you don't always have a beard.
Right. Fact. Yeah.
So, yo, is the beard you? But you got it, but you didn't always have it. So it's something that's a part of you that you just had, right? But watch it though. So what's you then? Because when you was younger then, and you had you wasn't even as tall as you was then.
Right.
That miniature form of you, is that you?
No.
And you might look different in 20 years. So what's you? So what's the you?
The me is what existed before all of that. You know what I'm saying?
This is the you. The you is the mind, because the mind is what's gathering all this stuff from the outside and building yourself up. You see what I'm saying? And if you gotta have that clear in your mind, you have to have the real picture of you.
Right.
Because you're looking in the mirror and seeing that reflection, and some people is being like, yo, I'm not this, I'm not that, whatever. And it's like, yo, bro, clear your mind. That's not even the real essence of what you truly are. What you truly are is limitless,
man,
intelligence. Right now, when you tap into that limitless intelligence, whatever, that's where all the expression is coming from. That's what's being expressed.
Right.
That's the energy that's being expressed. But you can't. You got to be able to see yourself.
Right.
You got to be able to see yourself.
Yeah.
But truly see yourself.
But what you're saying is like, just like,
and
how
that's my bad.
Go.
To finish that point off.
Yeah.
Finish that point off. It's like, when you can truly see yourself now, that's when you're gonna be able to wake up and just speak from the true source and core of your being. That's when you get certain people that have a clear understanding of what they want to do. They'd be like, yo, I said what I said, and I mean what I mean, because what I expressed is it.
That's it.
It's genuine. There wasn't no ulterior thought, whatever. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get a genuine individual. You see an individual
power.
Who, when he acts and speaks, it's just coming from a genuine place.
You know, that like adds into something you mentioned before about like accountability. You know what I mean? And that connects with integrity. And I think these are like the pillars, you know what I mean, for these kinds of expressions. But everything you're saying reminds me of a quote that I always get your boy to jump in and talk about, like, you know, like the process of your thoughts, you know, and how it goes into your actions. I don't know if you have that quote handy, man. I keep putting you on the spot.
1 second.
Yo, but I guess like in the meantime, there's also some comments. I don't know if
I got you.
Want to.
Don't wait, I got you. Yo, shout out to the comment section, man. You guys are amazing. Okay, so Tejan Davis, you have to make the decision on a personal level that you are in control and can choose how to express your energy. I feel that comes with time. Yeah, I feel you too, bro, because, like, you know, you're always learning, you're always growing, you know what I'm saying? So no matter how
understanding comes with time.
Word.
What else we got there?
Conformity is what he said as well. Dying thief, peer pressure as well. Murphy Marvin said 100. Murphy Marvin said the second guessing could be stifling too. Got to get out of that. Skyrider said, yeah, I seen this one. I have a question. How do we get the young brothers to start wearing them pants down under their butt? Well, I can't
give you that's like, a different. We talking about self-expression, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah, right. That's not.
What the hell, man? That's the wrong conversation. Yo, there's so much wrong in the world right now where it's like, we talking about self-expression and all of that. If that's what you're gonna highlight, you have to check yourself and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm just focused on how these dudes is dressed or whatever too much. Like, where is their mind at, B? Like, the mind needs to change, B. You see what I'm saying? The mind needs to change. And from there, maybe you have certain brothers that would be like, okay, well, I'm in this certain business setting right now. Let me pull my joints up so I can look a certain way, because it's all the mentality. Certain brothers is chilling or whatever, boom, boom. Like, get at the mind, you see what I'm saying? Which is, you just looking at the reflection of what the person's wearing and shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? You see the young boys walking down the street with this and the third, boom, boom. Like, don't act oblivious, B. You know the culture that we've been watching. This is how people have been dressing. It's a cultural thing at this point. You see what I'm saying? This ain't no new thing. You know what I mean? We've been rocking, sagging for a minute, B. You see what I'm saying? There's much bigger problems. You know what I mean? So I'll keep it a buck. Let's get it. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Word.
Yo, one of my homies, yo, Empress, yo, shout out to Empress. She said, "There's no need to compete or compare yourself to anyone. There's abundance for all. Our perspective is everything." Yo, well said.
A heavy gem.
You know, everybody was agreeing with her. You know, official Fame Holiday, he was on here last week. He said, "Raz is speaking facts." Shout out to Fame. You know,
salute.
The Dying Thief. We got to promote this for people to catch on.
You guys know what to do.
Dying Thief is next, yo.
Yo, invite a friend. Invite a friend.
Yeah, we can keep doing this and stuff too. You know, I wouldn't mind to keep doing stuff. You know,
absolutely, man.
Bulo, young Bulo from the ends. The insight given to me in this live is wild. Yeah, man. Knowledge itself, man.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying the gems are right now, no cap. That's what Jervis said. One of the homies. Shout out to Jervis. That's Jules, y'all.
Peace.
We're always growing physically, mentally, and spiritually. The Dying Thief. The you is the essence. The mind, I'm feeling that. That's what Murphy said. Tejan Davis said, every 7 years, all your cells in your body replace themselves. Change is inevitable, and you have to embrace that change. Tejan Davis. Word.
Yeah. So, yo.
Brother Louis.
No, go ahead.
Brother Louis right there. Greetings all. I always remember this Marcus Garvey quote. If you don't have confidence in self, you're twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won even before you start. Yo, shout out to Brother Louis from Zero Gun Violence Movement, you know?
Yeah, that's the OG right there, man.
Right.
There you go, man. You know, slave mentality is what's killing us. Nah, King, we can't brush the point. That's what the Dying Thief is saying.
Heavy.
Well, yo, shout out to the comment section, man. You know, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I know a lot of information, a lot of gems were given to you in like a really short space of time, you know. So just give you a little bit of time to decompress, you know. Like if you have any closing remarks or last comments that are thinking in your head, yo, just throw them up in the chat so we can go over them. We got a little bit of time left here, so you know, I'll go first. You know, I'll speak on something that really hit me. Yo, I really like speaking about self-expression and boiling it down to like, yo, it's really just how you live. I think that there's like this stigma around self-expression or, you know, being like making content or like being an influencer or being an artist and all of these things. And they're like glorified titles right now that make you feel like you're outside of them, right? It makes you feel like you're not a part or you don't have the capability to be a part of that class. But I feel like all of us are all of those things just on the pure basis of breathing every day. You know what I mean? That is self-expression. So I really, really, really appreciate what Fresco's saying about, you know, just, yo, you ain't even gonna, yo, did you think about breathing when you went to the washroom? Nah, you just did it, right? There's no idea about safety. There's no idea about about ability.
Yo, all this is in the mind. Word up. Just go. You're psyching yourself out.
Yeah, it's just live. Like, just live. Just live. Yo, to live is expression. To express is to deliver energy. And that was heavy, fam.
I know, and it's like, man, I gotta get some, you know, and it's like, man, sometimes it's like, it sounds so easy. So why is it so hard? You know? Because like, again, the things we're talking about, it sounds so easy. So why is it so hard for majority of people on the planet? Like, let's really get, like, I can't even just skip across that path. Cause it's like, I want to be on some self-help stuff.
Yeah.
Because self-help and be like, yo, just think better, think positive, whatever. People be saying this. Why is it so hard? Like, honestly, why is it so hard?
Indeed.
Why is it so hard? And I'll tell you why it's so hard. Because it's like, aside from, because again, it's like get up and live, get up and live, get up and live. Yo, people, like, I'm going to keep it a buck. We have been made dumb, deaf, and blind as people. The majority of the population of the planet and the masses of the people, we've been made dumb, deaf, and blind. Like the babies are coming up and you being used to absorbing information 140 characters or less. And that's on Twitter. Some people don't even be on the Twitter like that, on the IG. You know what I mean? You try to send somebody a message. Once you start to explain yourself, it's like, damn, why'd you send me a long ass like, you know what I mean? The reading comprehension, all these type of things, like, you know what I mean? We are poorly educated people. You see what I'm saying? And you cannot be poorly educated dealing with the most complex machinery on the planet, which is the body. The most complex biochemical factory on the planet, with the ability to produce its own dopamine. You can produce your own, you can learn to meditate, put yourself into a state where you have dopamine firing off in your brain, where it makes you feel better than any drugs that you could ever take. Put yourself in a state of bliss. Like, you see what I'm saying? This is the most craziest biochemical factory ever. You can't build a machine that can create all these things and do all of this. So this is a very complex machine, and people do not be knowing how to use it.
That's what it is.
So that's why you're developing illnesses. You're doing certain things like this. You're saying things and then not meaning how to say it, whatever, because it's like people are very poor to educate ourselves. You know why? Because we focus on everything outside of self than within self. You see what I'm saying? You got to express yourself. People are trying to express themselves through things. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be somebody through social media. You ain't trying to just be. You caught up in being somebody so much that you're not even living, and just actually just being, because you're so busy caught up in a mental psyche. It's a mental realm. Take a step back and just be like, okay, what's going on, man? I'm alive. Like, you know what I mean? Appreciate your life, you know what I'm saying? And do the knowledge to yourself, educate yourself about yourself, so it's like you can eat better and live better, and educate yourself so you can articulate yourself and talk better. Some people be sitting down, and a lot of the times people like, man, I don't know this. It's like, yo, you want to do this? Let's do. Some people want to do things and express themselves, but again, take so much power away from themselves. Like, I don't know this, or and I would do this, but I don't know. Bro, take the time to educate yourself and to do this. Take the time to put the knowledge in your go and get the appropriate information, or seek out the people that can actually teach you to do this, man. I want to be an artist or whatever. I want to be a visual artist or whatever, bro. Okay, so make your joints, put them out. Whatever you're afraid of being, man, just put your joints out. You know what I mean? Just work on your shit. Like, you know what I mean? Work on your craft. Just do it. Like, you don't gotta. Again, it's a lot of mental people psyching themselves out, and this is what's happening. And it's because it's engineered like this. You see what I'm saying? It's engineered like this to keep you a sheep. Let's not, like, all this talk, if it's cool, but let's not, the reality of it is you got a small few people that are controlling the many by keeping people ignorant. So it's like, instead of just truly expression and living and being, people feel like the highest form of self-expression in life is to, like, you know, climb up the social ladder and do all of this, and that's their form of expression, rather than just being, rather than just forming real good bonds with people on the strength of mutual connections, not the superficial bonds. You know what I mean? These are the things that allow you to feel better, express yourself, or whatever. You know what I mean? Getting out of the matrix. So it's like, again, you know, stop taking the power away from yourself and take accountability for your own happiness. Again, too, some people are talking about, man, I don't feel good, whatever. Listen, make yourself feel good. This is the most biochemical factory. It's different if you're a child. If you are a child, then it's like, okay, let's teach. You got to teach you some things. Hold your hand. You know, you drop on the floor. Okay, when you're hurt, it's okay, but you know you're gonna feel better. Whatever, you teach the child these things, you know, because these are new things. Now that you're a grown person, but too many grown people are not in responsibility for their own happiness. You see what I'm saying? They can't get up and just be that. Why? Because again, they've psyched themselves out. They're living in their mind. They're living through the phone. They're not like, it's like their energy isn't coming from the core and out, and then it's doing. It's like they gotta pick up the phone, and that's where they get the stimulation. Okay, now that's where they're getting the charge. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now I gotta go out and talk to this person and do all this to even get my charge. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even feeling like me without my significant other giving me some validation. So now I don't even want to get up and do this. These are common things that are going on, because every time you take the power outside of yourself, you're not going to be able to express yourself, because you need that power to express yourself. So you're not going to be able to express yourself to the highest until you put all the power back into yourself. Once you put a limitation on yourself and be like, I can't do whatever, then take the power away from yourself, you will not never be able to get to the highest level of self-expression. When you get to the highest level of self-expression, we're here living life, we're experiencing and breathing and living our own energy. So it's like you're not going to be able to reach the highest level of life. You're not going to be able to reach the highest level of self-fulfillment, which means what? You're always going to have a level of desire within yourself that will never be achieved because you're not. It's like a cycle that's broken. It's like you want to express yourself, but you don't. So you feel bad. So you're going to do something else to make it. And it's like it's a never ever broken cycle. You must take. You must throw. It's like what did Louis say, the dude that freed up Haiti and all of that. He is like, man, yo, you got to cast away some of these, like your shirt says, stolen from Africa. We stolen from Africa. They beat certain religions into us. They beat certain things into us that a lot of our people haven't even shaken off yet. Like for instance, like we love DMX. We've been inspired by him as a culture, right? Now, again, you have a bunch of grown people. I'm not knocking nobody's beliefs or whatever. I'm just talking about everything on a practical, real life level. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not gonna lie to sugarcoat it, whatever. If you feel offended, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just giving you the raw truth. You know what I mean? Because the devil's gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give you the truth. Just hold it straight, like, you know. And this is the truth. You're watching DMX. How many people pulling up the timeline talking about, man, yo, pray for DMX, this and the third, boom, 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 all this thing and the third B, like, yo. We have to have accountability for our own selves. So it's like it's fucked up, but people are like, you can't treat a grown man like a baby though. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
You know what I mean? We all have to have a certain level of accountability, but it's like that's not the conversation. The conversation is, yo, you know what I mean? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's like we taking everything for a joke.
Right.
Taking shit for a joke and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like. That's something where it's like the main point of that conversation is like, okay, how can we stop this and make these things not happen? But it's all, again, all the power that we have to change these things within our own community. Instead of us rallying together and putting that power in the community, we're like, hey man, I hope a greater force saves him. Oh shit, that's fucked up. I hope a greater force saves him. I hope if I sit down in my bed and I just hope for success, it's ever gonna come? No, I have to go out and do something. So it's like, yo, if we want real change within the community, we have to actually take situations and things that happen and not just use it as a time to make an Instagram post,
right?
Or just that and the third for the people that have, you know what I mean? We have to actually do something. But again, there's people who say the power is not within self.
Well, just to add on to that, like, you know, like this is exactly the whole purpose of us doing these lives, you know what I mean? Like doing something, using these platforms, you know, where young people are and interacting and creating something a little different. Oh, shoot, Mars, you good? Peace, man.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, man. So, man, so that being said, man, you know, I think we might have to have like a part 2 on this, man, because there's like a lot of gems that we need to, like, you know, explore a little further. You know what I'm saying? I know there's like a lot that was like mentioned this time around. I don't know if Don, you want to go through the chats real quick, because I know that some people been jumping in and adding on, and we want to make sure that everybody's connected, for sure, because we want to make this interactive.
Again, yo, big up everybody that's here, everybody that's in the chat. We rounding up right now, you know. First, yo, Raz the jeweler with the gem.
Come on,
you know
man.
What I mean?
Professor Raz, yo.
Nah, I was just kicking it how it needs to be kicked. I don't know, like, you know.
That's it, man.
You felt like I told a lie? Did I tell a lie?
No, sir.
Unfiltered,
yo. Something that you know what I mean? I don't know. I try to keep it real, man. You know, because again, you know, go through the comments. I'm about to go off again. Like.
For sure, yo, for sure. Tegan Davis, he says, yo, Raz, you got mad love in Nova Scotia. Murphy says, yo, keep doing this. I'm not sure if these comments were already read, but I think this is where I'm picking up from.
Okay.
Dying Thief says, we got to keep it going. We can't we can't start this conversation and let it drop. Proud to see you young ones dropping gems. We having to reason things out. We may not always agree on things, but that's okay. Yo, I think it's more than just us, yo. We all got a responsibility to keep these conversations going. If you like what you hear here, then keep it going. Spread it. Bring them back. You know what I mean? Let's keep it growing. Each one teach one. Well, we can learn from each other. Each one teach one. Yo, this guy read my mind. Big up Dying Thief. Gina Coco says, Escape your comfort zone, and then you will realize how powerful you really are. The Dying Thief says, Bill Gates trying to shut us down. Stay woke though. Respect kings. Yeah, Murphy says that's by design. Dash did it said.
Yo, hold up. Not to cut you off. Just
good?
The last comment that just came in again. Like I said, I made a disclaimer before I even started to talk about that, because I said we love what the man represents for the culture. So again, I'm coming from a place of love. What I'm talking about is not even him. What I'm talking about is the psychology that something happens in the community, and instead of realizing the power that we have to change it as a people, we can collectively come together and do that, or we can collectively come together, take a digital file of something, post it, and say, I hope a greater power fixes this situation. Like, no, like, it's about health and your body fighting off certain things. So the conversation is about health, and you know, this is like, you know what I mean? If someone in your family, if we all family, something bad happens to someone in the family, how bad are you gonna be? Like, are you gonna be like, if that's your brother, if that's your sister, you're not gonna be like, man, I just hope you get better or whatever, and done.
Right.
You're gonna be like, yo, how can we make sure this doesn't happen again? Like, let's go, like, you know what I mean? If that's real family like that, you're gonna be like, yo, let's make sure this doesn't happen again. And I don't want this to happen to nobody in my family again. And then when the next generation comes, you're gonna be like, man, your uncle, this happened, this and the third, so it doesn't happen to you. So it's like, that's a real conversation. That's what you do with family. Right. But if we disconnected, it's just a post, just an IG post. Sure. And that's not real family love, much more like community shit, you know? It's just superficial online, again, caught up in that realm, be like
Matrix.
Oh, that's real, man. So I don't know if there's any more
comments. Sorry, I just
no,
it's clear.
Yo,
but like I said, we have to get you back on, you know what I mean? So
yeah, you know, love. I want to be.
No, it's all love, yo. It's powerful. I think a lot of intention is coming with the message that you're delivering right now, so it's good to be considerate about it.
No, for sure. That's why it's, again, that conversation wasn't even about said individual. It was about taking the opportunity to pour our power back into the community at times of crisis, instead of just putting it up in the air, like when the black youths get shot. It's like, man, I hope this stops. It's like, you can't just post a picture and hope something stops. You know, that's not the reality of the world, you know. And it takes work to show love. Like, you can't just be like, yo, I love you, and do nothing. Like, you know, you got to show and prove through your actions. So it's like, we have to show and prove that we love each other by putting more action into our change for each other instead of just some IG posts. It's not enough love. Like, you know, we got to think about, you know.
Yeah, like, put a homie on your t-shirt or put up an IG post and it's all done. You done your service. We got to get out of that thinking. I'm gonna keep it rocking. Dash did it said it's in alignment with today's math. Yes, sir. What do you give power to? What holds your attention? Is where you direct your power beneficial or harmful? Expression is put out, but it's also taken in. Heavy. It's a mutual relationship. Gemini says, facts, talk to things them. Dying Thief says, so many followers, not many leaders. I got that holy water about a leader. Big bar. 17 Stackway says, you think hell is real, Raz? Maybe that's a personal conversation you can have with them on the side.
Yeah, man, reach out.
Definitely, yo. Everybody, yo, take down the socials. You know, the conversations don't stop after this live. I'm encouraging everybody to get tapped into Logic, get tapped into Mars, Young Boy Problem, get tapped into Raz Fresco, get tapped into me. Even outside of all these gems, we got plenty of deliveries and plenty of offerings. You know what I mean?
Please holla. The door's always open.
TV fam going crazy over here. Yo, this is a big supporter.
What up, Dre?
You already know. Big shots for Dre.
What up, Jay?
Love. Do Wrong Little Bully says, yo Fresco, big up. Salute. Do Wrong Little Bully from Texas. Yo, we went internationally local today, dog. Salute. I hear you, but we got to put that positive energy out there.
That's the comment I was responding to.
Okay,
Right.
in regards,
Yes, I
there's
was
a lot of
reinforcing the fact that the energy was positive.
Right.
solid,
Yes, sir.
solid. I'ma just jump. Dying Thief says faith and works is hand in hand. We can't separate it. Variant says I got super sick from the variant, no pun, but I avoided the hospital and started taking natural remedies to heal yourself. Yo, I encourage everybody to take part in the natural remedies, the sea mosses, the spirulinas, all of them joints, the chia seeds. Yo, get involved, yo. People getting too uncomfortable protesting online. Yep, it's in vogue right now. 17 Stackway says Raz. Oh no, wait, I went through that already. Bless Murphy says bless that SFA is a vehicle to make change. You made it that much easier to do something. Got to keep it going, yo.
Peace,
Listen,
man.
we just bring the car. You guys drive, yo. Can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Big up Gene Coco. Yo, everybody tap in. Yo, we here every Monday. Tap in.
Real talk.
That's peace, man.
Yo, before we dip out of here, yo, I just want to say, yo, shout out to Raz, bro, for dropping Beard Gems and sharing his truth and his insight and just what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying, and speaking to a lot of things that we don't really take the time to like break down and like dissect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just want to add on, like Raz's like self-expression is very, very giving. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I build with him, it's always like life-changing gems. Like he has his way of delivering things and making it like clear. You know what I'm saying? Making it clear and concise. And I got to big you up for that because that is a gift. Not everybody can like break down these complex like equations into like bite-sized form. You know what I'm saying? And you do that really well. And I know definitely we're going to have you back a couple times. We might even have to make like a Raz series because I people.
We can do that. We can do that, yo. Before we go out again, like it's the person that was in there that my bad. I gotta do this. You can hate me after.
Go ahead.
For the person that was in here, he said something about and he said is hell real? I'm gonna be like, yo, hell is definitely real, man. It's a state of mind, man. Because even when you talk about it burning forever and you burn forever, man, tell me what burns forever. You realize that even the sun in the middle of our solar system, that shit ain't gonna burn forever. You think that's just gonna be here forever? That's just eventually gonna go supernova. That's the lifetime of a star and shit. You see what I'm saying? So where does that burning forever take place? That all this shit that happens in the mind, because where's that burning forever gonna take place? You know what I'm saying? Find me the place that's burning forever in the universe. Even the sun that's burning and conducting life is gonna burn out and stop burning. And eventually not be there. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, all of that was in the mind, You see what I'm saying? That's when you're dealing with some type of misunderstanding within your own self that makes you feel at dis-ease. You see what I'm saying? Now, instead of ease, it's dis-ease. And you can have physical dis-ease, disease, or mental disease, dis-ease, because you're not at ease, because you're not at peace, because you're not at balance within your own mind and shit, or whatever. So when you're at balance, that's when you're at peace. That's when you have the heaven, which is the understanding, clear understanding, being able to see yourself for what you truly are, pure, raw energy. You see what I'm saying? Beautiful, supreme energy taken up into those most supreme forms. So again, that's the peace within your own own mind. You see what I'm saying? So you have to get within your own mind. You can't be outside of yourself. And then when you come from that, it's like it's like you coming and speaking from a place of heaven, whatever, this and the third. And you can attain that state, but it's, again, you got to go within self to get to that level of peace, because going anywhere outside it, if you look outside of yourself for this state of peace, then you will never find it, which means if you look outside of yourself for this heaven, that's why there's people who can have all the cars, the this, that, and the third. Some people, poor people, you know what I'm saying? People on the bottom, because there's so few people that are just rich. Regular people on the bottom, we think having all this shit is going to be the heaven. There's people who have all this stuff still kill themselves. How is this possible? Because that's not the heaven. It's all the state of mind. You know, some people that don't even have it like that, and it's like they good. But the dude who has this and has this possession or whatever that we think is the heaven, because it's outside of ourselves, and we attribute the idea of supreme peace with having an item or with having someone else, to the point where it's like, boom, you got it, and now it's like there's still something within, because again, you're still not at peace, because it's all in the mind. You know what I mean? There's going to be certain ideas that you got to make sure that you overcame within yourself, just certain self-esteem issues, whatever, where it's like you can actually sit there and sit down and be comfortable. There's certain people who be like, man, I'm here by myself, and it's like, man, I feel so bad, I'm by myself, like that. And it's like, bro, if you are there within your own mind and you can't sit down and be at peace, that means you are bad company for your own self. You're bad company. That means you're seeking better company than your own self, because you should be able to sit down and be at peace with your own self. But if you are not at peace with your own self, that means there's certain thoughts in your own mind that you are running away from. And that's when you get into doing the drugs to escape the sober reality of yourself. So you have to slow down your own thoughts. That's when you get into people who are overly social. They can't sit down and be by themselves. You see what I'm saying? They like just whatever, because they can't be comfortable within their own self. You see what I'm saying? That's when you get your energy leechers. You see what I'm saying? People that leech off your energy. My bad. I know you.
No, you're dropping, man.
I can't, because I know there's people that might need this.
No, it's true.
Very real. So again, like, having all this movement was all in the mind. You see what I'm saying? Once having this within the mind, you understand that the only true level of the highest level of peace can only come from within. You can even be surrounded by some hell, some fucked up situations, and still you within yourself still feel good. You see what I'm saying? And that's the level of mentality that we should all strive towards. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how you're going to be able to live and just enjoy yourself naturally. Just sit down and be at peace, you know, and that's what we all seek. And people think that you want this, you want that, you want this. No, you just want to be at peace, B. You thinking you want this, you're like, man, I just need a partner. No, you just want somebody to build with that makes you feel at peace. You see what I'm saying? You just want somebody that makes you feel beautiful, because you can't sit there and look in the mirror and feel beautiful for yourself. So it's like you need somebody to tell it to you, because when you tell it to yourself, you don't believe it. Which is messed up. And there's people that's like that. You need somebody to go and tell you that you're the greatest, because when you look in the mirror, you can be like, I'm not the greatest. So people who seek that outside validation. But if you know yourself and you know that where we come from, you see what I'm saying? What we truly are is the greatest energy that's taken the most supreme form and is now aware of itself. True and living mathematics. True and living God's purpose. When we truly know who we are, there isn't that actual thought of like, man, you look in the mirror, you can call yourself supreme, feel better.
Right.
So that means that sense of peace is already there before you even go and talk to anybody, before you even go speak to anybody, before your significant other even calls you, even if, you know what I mean?
Already there, man.
Spoke to somebody, you don't need some girl to come hug you up with that. That's a bonus.
Right.
That's a bonus. All these things are bonuses because they're outside of yourself.
Right.
But you came into the world with yourself, and you go and leave with yourself. So you got to have that peace within yourself, because that's all you got.
That's dope, man. And this kind of connects to that quote that Don has. I know he has that somewhere. But before that, I just want to give a shout out to Dazu Rob, saluting from Venezuela, yo. You know what I mean?
So I had to come in and, I'm sorry, No. I use like 11 to 12. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I have to get my shit off.
But
man.
you know what?
I'm sorry.
But the thing is like, for us, like, we want to make this knowledge accessible. You know what I mean? That's why we wanted to take this live. So even if it goes a little over, I know everyone's still rocking with us. It's all peace.
See, man said that shit hit my soul. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to hit the core of your being, because that's what I'm speaking from, that to touch that within you.
Right.
Pause. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Pause,
No, for real. Right.
But real talk though, you know what I mean? Because it's real, man. You see what I'm saying? And within the self is such a great place to be. And it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It'd be dope for people to get into that. So it's like when you see people, it's like, it's like I see the con that's being ran on people, being run on me. I'm trying to not fall victim to it, stay busy too. So it's like I try to hit these jewels so that people can see themselves, man.
That's peace, man. All right, Dom, go ahead, man. What you got there?
For sure. So just on the idea of self-expression and just trying to figure out its origins and how it manifests. So take this one in. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. So I'm gonna hit it 2 times. I'm gonna hit it 2 times just so you guys can really seep in and absorb this one, because it's heavy. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for it becomes your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. All starts with self.
There we go. See?
Yeah, man, it's simple. No, you can break it down. That whole quote, you can break that quote down into 4 words. knowledge, starting from what you know, information within the mind. Then you move into the wisdom, because then guess what? Boom. Now you have a wise dome. You have a wise dome because there's knowledge in your dome. So now that you have a wise dome, you can see things clearly. Now you have the clear mental picture. From that clear mental picture, you can formulate a habit and a way of life to live a certain lifestyle, culture. You see what I'm saying? From that culture, from that way of life now, that way of life is allowing you to be able to utilize your energy in a powerful way. Once you be able to utilize and know how to use your energy, you can be equal with other people and know how to use their energy. Now you dealing with on the God level, you know what I mean? Because then when you do that, now you can truly build and born what you want and create the decipher how you want it to be. So again, that's just all the mathematics right there. But words,
all right, yo, we got to get you to come in for part 2, man, because like every time Raz gets started, man, I'm just like, yo, man, it's like a whole lesson, man. So you got to get you to come through for a part 2 and break down like the supreme mathematics, because I feel that's really an important understanding, and it's real. It gives like tangible like ways of really like manifesting and self-expressing yourself. So we'll definitely build on that, man. But we appreciate you giving us time. I know you're a busy dude doing multiple things like producing, dropping all kinds of albums, man, doing the clothing, man, nonstop, you know what I'm saying? And have time to come through and connect with the community. So always appreciate that, brother.
Come on, yo. You guys know what time it is, you know? Again, thank you to the God for joining us for the day, you know? That was a powerful session, you know?
Powerful.
Come on, yo. All you guys tapping, yo.
Yo, you don't know, yo, Raz, you already know, fam. Bless up. Thank you.
All right, respect.
You already know. Also, yo, everyone in the chat, man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we've been like 25 strong this whole thing, you know? So for you guys there that's watching and on this journey with us, you know? Thank you. Peace. You know what I'm saying? That's love, bro.
Yo, man, we're going to keep this going, man. Taking it as far as we possibly can, you know what I'm saying, and make it interactive, making this knowledge accessible, you know, and meeting people where they are. You know, not everybody's in classrooms or whatever or has access to this kind of information, but, you know, jump on the IG every Monday at 11 a.m. and, you know what I mean, get tuned in.
There you go. All right, peeps.
All right, y'all already know.
All right, appreciate it, man. Till next week, y'all.
Salute.
Don't know.
Salute. Peace and love every time.
You already know. All right, man.